Yo, what is up, Madden Elite? And anybody else who may not be watching that may not possibly be in Madden Elite, but you're watching it. So, like, I address everyone, I'm like, yo, Madden Elite, and then you're not a Madden Elite. It's like I'm excluding. I don't want to exclude you. Hello and welcome, whoever you may be. Rather, you are. You're probably in Madden Elite. But whatever. Hello. I feel like it has been way too long since we've come at it with a wire. We didn't do one last week. Crazy weekend last week, so didn't get around to it. Last week was really a slow week as far as media goes. I don't think we did any shows at all. I think this is the first time in all 5 seasons we've ran that we had a week where we didn't have any shows. So, like, that was weird. Everything that everything that could come up to like impact the shows, like, it came up. I don't know. Like, my weekend last weekend was crazy. I believe Freight Train was out of town on Tuesday. The Thursday night fight night streams, with this being the last season and things slowing down, I think we're moving that from a weekly basis to a bi-weekly basis. And on the note of the Thursday night commentary streams, I already have a game lined up for this coming Thursday. That game is going to be Debo colliding with True Talent in another NFC North matchup. We've done quite a few of these NFC North matchups over the last 2 seasons. It's really that whole race is really a tough race. So it's a good division to highlight, a good race to highlight. So we're going to be diving in another NFC North game. We are also going to be doing it a little bit different. We're shifting up the format of the Thursday night streams a little bit. Normally we like do the stream, and that's that. We're going to be starting a little bit before the game kicks off. The scheduled kickoff for the game is going to be 10:30 p.m. Eastern. At 10 p.m. Eastern, though, we are going to be sitting down and running a pre-show before the game. That pre-show is going to consist of me, Gaming Powerhouse, and also our the new owner in the league, Wise. So I'm excited to be sitting down with Wise and GPH for that pre-show. They'll also be in the booth with me as we commentate the game. So I'm really excited for that. While we had kind of a slow week this past week, things are far from dead. We are still hitting this strong. We are finishing strong. While a lot of the work seen was not in like public eye, right? We've been grinding behind the scenes. Right before I sat down to record this video, the second issue of the Elite Illustrated has gone live. If you're not part of the server that the Elite Illustrated is in, hop in there, check that out. I love the way this issue came out. The first issue, when I put it out, there were areas within that issue that I wasn't pleased with, and I thought I could do better, and I think we did it better this time. I still think it can be done even better than what it is, and I'm going to continually try to improve it. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm like, hey, let's make a magazine. So, like, here we are, But the cover art, props to Estrada for that cover art. Far better than anything I could do. I did the last one, and you can tell the difference between the last cover art and this cover art. So, like, major props to Estrada for that cover. And we'll kind of just cycle through it. We're not going to dive in depth into everything because I want you to go check it out. But we got the table of contents. And the first thing that we really feature within it, we have a breakdown of J-Mac's historic Super Bowl run from Season 4 in Elite. The magazine then dives into an article written by Snipes, and it highlights what Snipes felt like was the game of the month. That kind of went down in the month of May, and it sounds like the game was crazy from how the article's put together. We then dive into I think a 4-page segment that wrestles with the question of what is sim. I posed this question to various community leaders. We got Primetime 000 of the SML involved. We got Mostradamus from SPA and also the voice of the League Crawler podcast involved. We got Freight Train in the mix, and we also got Timbo from MSR. So a lot of your major CFM powerhouses, guys, I've looked to for inspiration and how to do various things. So it was an honor having those guys involved and picking their brain and really like posing this question to all these different guys, like, hey, what is sim? Like, I didn't know what to expect. Was I going to get like completely contrary views and like guy A contradicting guy B? I don't think that's the case. I think the way the overall narrative came out, like I think there's a progression and kind of a certain cadence to the connection between all of the articles. And I think ultimately, I think we might be more united than we think we are when it comes to what is sim. I think we all kind of want the same thing. We just go about it in different routes. But it's definitely an interesting read. From there, we dive into a league feature highlighting a league in the CFM space. That league is a league that I have a lot of confidence in. I'm not in a lot of league servers. I am in this league server though, and I absolutely love what they do. I believe they have one of the strongest communities I've seen in the Madden space, and that is the Madden Kingdom. Check this out, and also if you're looking for another PlayStation League, look this way. These guys run a great ship. From there, we drive into kind of me musing a little bit, I guess is what you would say. Me kind of just going into a rabbit hole, and that is, don't just play games, but build stories. And really, it's kind of I guess, putting on blast those guys that just only play games. There's probably going to be things I say within it that a lot of people are either like, I don't agree with that, that's dumb. And let me just say, these views do not reflect the views of Madden Elite. These views are my own views, right? So, it's not like official views of the league. It's my views, my controversial takes that you might not agree with. And if you don't agree with it, that's fine. I don't care if you agree with it. It's what I think. So, deal with it. From there, we got another Comics by Mex, and we have the Season 5 strength of schedule, which then dives into an article titled Finish Strong, another kind of general CFM article, and me just kind of musing and posing my thoughts, and that leads right into the Tier 4 Championship. This article, the Tier 4 Championship, the Finish Strong Championship, and the Don't Just Play Games But Build Stories, they all kind of sync together and create one overall narrative. And then from there, this issue closes out with a piece written by Matt from League Crawler. They're going to have some giveaways going into the second week of this month, I believe. So next week, check this out. You can get involved. League Crawler is doing a lot of good crap, and they've been a big part in what we've been able to build. They've referred various owners over to us, and they always give us love. So Matt is dope, and that's just that. But yeah, that's everything going on in this month's Elite Illustrated. Check it out. I'm looking to have another one out at the top of next month. What is next month? July. Yeah. So we're going to put another one out in July. The later half of July, though, I'm going to be out of town for a few weeks. So this is basically going to mean I'm probably not going to be doing an issue in June, but that's fine. We'll pick it back up in August. So definitely check it out. I want to talk about some things. So pivoting from that, I want to talk about something. And that kind of boils back down to the Season 5 Strength of Schedule graphic. So I made some claims. When we first put this graphic together, in the aftermath of it, looking at it, I made some claims. claim number 1, I believe I said despite Konyu having the toughest schedule in the league, I believe he'd still perform. Let's see if he did that. I gave some heat to J-Mac and his Jets with the second easiest schedule, being like he's not going to be able to repeat what he done. Let's evaluate that and see how he's doing. And I also made the bold claim that Beeman, with that .469 strength of schedule, could potentially go 16-0. So these were 3 claims I made. And I want us to evaluate, how are things looking? Well, that's not what we want. Oh, my mouse has disappeared. You see my copyright, my copyright free music playing in the background. I have the wrong window up. It's fine. But anyways, so let's evaluate things. How is Konyu and his Eagles doing with that number 1 toughest schedule in the league? Well, as you can see right here, the Philadelphia Eagles are sitting at 4-3. When you look though at the rest of the NFC, it's entirely possible that Konyu could still potentially make a wild card spot. He's not completely out of things. He's not even out of his division. He's down a couple games though. He's sitting at 4-3 with Cobra and Alex both sitting at 6-2. This is not the season I expected from Konyu. This season though is far from over. So we'll just have to see and watch how the rest of this season plays out. Shifting over though and looking at J-Mac with the second easiest schedule. He is the reigning defending elite World Super Bowl champion of the world. And you would think with the second easiest schedule, he'd run the table. He's sitting at 3-4 though. Sitting at 3-4, and he's struggling. I'm not going to say nothing about this. I'm not going to state no opinions because I'm not entitled to opinions apparently. But J-Mac, come on, man. Come on. You can do better. Can you? I don't know. The big claim, though. The big claim, the one that raises the most eyebrows, though, I think, was me saying Beeman with the strength of schedule of .469 will go 16-0. How's the schedule looking? How's he looking? Well, he's currently sitting at 9-0. He's currently sitting at 9-0, the only undefeated team left in the league. Let's take a look at who he's played and how he's looking. Week number 1, he killed the reigning defending elite World Super Bowl champion of the world 42-6. Week number 2 beats P-Will. Week number 3 beats Gumbo. Week 4 beats Debo. So Debo and J-Mac, top guys. Week 5 beats Rams. Week 6 beats Dolphins. Week 7 beats, I believe that was Sweets at the time, which has the reputation of being a top guy. I've never seen it, but he has the reputation of being a top guy. Week 8 beats Rams again. Week 9 beats Lou, which is a playoff caliber team. Going into week 11, looking at the rest of his schedule, he's going to have Gumbo again, then he's going to have Ter-Rob, and following that, he's going to have South. I think Beeman's going to roll over Gumbo and Ter-Rob, though Ter-Rob does, I believe, have a win over Beeman, so we'll see. Week 13 and week 14, though, are going to be big games as he plays South, and then he plays Konyu. Week 15 has Ter-Rob again. Week 16 has Slow. Week 17 he has True Talent, which I believe will be a game that might give him trouble. So looking at the rest of his schedule, there's only 3 games on his schedule that makes me raise my eyebrow and say, maybe this guy beats Beeman. Ultimately, though, I think Beeman can beat all of these guys. I earnestly believe Beeman can potentially finish this season 16-0. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe